Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will share with you how I select profitable crypto coins to deploy grid bots on via the Bitsgap platform. And so if you're not familiar with a grid bot, it is basically an automated trading bot made up of limit buy and sell orders. In this case, the green lines you see that make up the grid are limit buy orders, and the red lines you see on the grid are limit sell orders. And the idea is to buy the dip and sell the rip up. So you're buying low and selling high on the way back up. And in this case, VET, over the last 6 days, had several opportunities to buy dips and sell rips up, as you can see as it chopped along in this grid. And VET USDT has produced around a 16% profit for me, or $140 on my $800 investment. So that bot, in my opinion, would be winning the battle for me. And the platform I utilize primarily is Bitsgap for my grid bots. Now you can actually get started with Bitsgap for free, as they offer a 14-day free trial. I will drop a link down in the description below. If you use my link, you will get the Pro plan for free for those 14 days. Now, after those 14 days expire, you can get started for as little as $19 a month on their basic plan. That would allow you to deploy 2 of the grid bots. Now, if you want to deploy more bots, you can step up to the advanced plan and deploy 5 active trading bots. Now, I personally use the Pro plan, as I typically have somewhere between 10 to 15 grid bots deployed at any given time. As you can see right now, I have 9 of the spot bots deployed, and this is the list of the 9 bots I currently have live and running. Now, that's enough jaw-jacking. Now we'll get into the weeds on how I actually seek out the top coins for my grid bots. Now, my situation is probably going to be a little different than your situation. I've been trading cryptocurrencies since 2017, and I have a pretty good radar already established on anywhere from 10 to 25 coins that I day trade on a regular basis. So I already have a really good feel for their price action and the type of volatility that I can expect. And that's one of the advantages of trading some of the same coins day after day. It might be kind of boring, not super sexy, but you do get a really good feel for the price action of each one of those specific coins. And so with that being said, my list is 10 to 25 coins that I can deploy at any given time depending on their current price action. Now, another great source for finding crypto coins is CoinGecko.com, and it basically lists every coin that's out there. Now, before you start trading any and every coin, I go by a couple simple rules. Rule number 1, I don't trade crap coins. Rule number 2, I don't trade crap coins. From there, everything else is pretty much guidelines rather than rules.
The code is more what you call guidelines than actual rules.
So with that being said, I generally stick within the top 200 coins as far as market cap goes. And so you can scan through CoinGecko based on market cap, and obviously the big dog's going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance. These are all on my radar. Cardano. I currently have a grid bot trading on. Also Binance Coin. I have a bot live and up and running. Polkadot, Uniswap. Again, both those coins are on my radar. Chainlink, VeChain. VeChain's been very, very good, and it actually has some of the parameters I would be looking for if I looked at the CoinGecko site. I typically look at the 7-day figures, and I'm looking for something that's recently sold off. I don't want to start a grid bot at the top of their price and perhaps be recovering slightly. And in this case, over the last 7 days, we can see VeChain, or VET, has sold off and is now starting to perhaps recover. And you can look at the line chart that CoinGecko provides, and we can see that the high was back up here in the 20+ cent range. It sold off when Bitcoin and everything else sold off. It had a nice bounce. Like we saw earlier on the grid bot I have currently deployed, it dipped down again and has bounced up, and it's about in the middle of this price action. And typically that's about where I prefer to deploy a grid bot. or I will also deploy a grid bot after a big sell-off of Bitcoin. And by not trading crap coins, a lot of your top coins will recover just as fast as Bitcoin recovers after a sell-off, or in some cases faster than Bitcoin recovers after a big sell-off. And as you can see, I'm only 14 coins in, and there were already a lot of coins that I already have bots deployed on: ADA, Binance, VeChain. Now, if we continue to scroll down, you'll see there's a wide variety of coins. Again, you could be looking over here at the chart at something that's maybe sold off recently, like EOS, and it's about in the middle of its price range, so that could be a candidate. Now, I have a bot deployed on Cosmos, or the Atom coin, and it is more towards the top of its current price action. I deployed the bot back in here, again, after the big Bitcoin sell-off, so this particular bot has been fairly profitable as well. Matic, a big run up over the last 7 days. Again, I deployed a grid bot back here when the price was at a lower price range, and we've now seen a run up. And again, I'm only 32 coins in, and you can see how many coins I already have grid bots deployed on. And here's ADA up a couple percent. Matic, I'm up around 15-16%, or $154 in just over 4 days. That's definitely winning the battle with a 4% per day return. And I do want to note that I shoot for at least 1% profit per day out of my grid bots. That's kind of my goal for each one of these bots. Now, ADA is a little underperforming, but I know ADA has some news coming up in the next couple days, so I will hold through that news and see if we don't get a bump. But again, Matic's hitting the 4% per day profit. That's definitely winning the battle. Engine, another coin that I'm very bullish on, over 1% per day. It's been deployed for 5 days. Atom is meeting the 1% goal. VET, as you can see, again at that 3.5% per day profit. Band, we're looking at 1.5% profit. And even a coin like BNB that doesn't have a ton of volatility is over 1% per day. Now, Quantum is underperforming, but again, they have a hard fork coming up, so I'm looking for a pop out of Quantum. If it doesn't, I'll close the bot out if it continues to underperform. So overall, I have 9 bots deployed. None of them are more than 6 days, almost 7 days in deployment. And for the most part, they're producing. And on my $7,000 investment so far, I'm up just over 8%, or $592 on these 9 bots that have been deployed for 6 days. So with that all being said, another excellent source to find coins based on volatility, as I've mentioned a couple times, I'm looking for volatility, would be TradingView. And under TradingView, I can jump to screeners and go to the crypto screener. And under the crypto screener, I can come over here to filters, and I can filter by exchange. And rather than any exchange, I really just want Binance in this case. And now that will give me all the coins available on Binance. And then over here, you see volatility. I can click on volatility. And by doing so, it will sort by volatility. Now I want high volatility, not low volatility. So I'll give it another click. And as we scroll down and get past some of the crap coins and other stuff that has really high volatility, I can start to get into coins that perhaps I would be looking to trade. And for example, here is Matic, or Polychain. That would be a coin that's on my radar and I'd be willing to trade. And you can see it has a pretty high volatility. And if I continue to scroll down, here's 1-inch USD. That would be a coin I'd be willing to trade. That is a coin that is on my radar on a regular basis. So I think you get the idea. Is you can jump over here to TradingView, go to their crypto screener, put in the filter for your exchange, search under volatility, pick a coin, and then start to do your recon from there. And so once you've selected your coin, you jump back over here to Bitsgap, select your exchange. In this case, I'm going to select KuCoin, and I'm actually going to select VET USDT. And part of that is, again, based on what we saw on CoinGecko, where that price has had a recent retracement, yet it has bounced back up from that retracement and is starting to trade sideways. And that sideways price action is also known as consolidation. I like to see that trading between support and resistance. And if I'm in the middle of that, that gives me an idea that this coin could sell off to support and rip back up to resistance. And that is what I'd be looking for in this situation for VET on KuCoin. Now, the next step is to set my lower and my upper price. And in this case, I look for support, and I can see support right along this level here. I might actually take this a little lower to give the bot room to maneuver. And then for my upper level, I look at prior resistance. Now, I could see prior resistance back in this area, and so I'll more than likely drop my upper price based on this prior resistance. And now with lower and upper price limits set, I'm ready to set my grid step level. I have recently found the sweet spot to be around 0.70% or around somewhere between 30 to 50 grids. And so in this case, I'm going to set my grid step or spacing percentage at 0.79%, which is the space between each one of these grid lines that you see on the chart. And then my total number of grids is going to be 51 grids. And then I typically enable my trailing up feature. And if we jump back over here to Aave, you can see I deployed the Aave bot back here with the trailing up feature enabled. Had I not, around this point in time up here at prior resistance, the bot would have stopped trading, and once it broke resistance, and as you can see, that actually did act as resistance. And once it broke above there, my bot would have been done because this is the area I actually had my upper limit set at, and the bot would have been done. However, with the trailing up feature enabled, it allowed the grid to move up with the price action, and it's still moving up with the price action. And so this bot is producing 1% profit per day over the last 3 days. And I would not have achieved all this action here had I not had trailing up enabled. All right, so jumping back over to VET, we've now got our lower and upper price based on prior resistance, prior support. And we've got our grid spacing set at 0.79, and that gives us actually 57 grids at the moment with the trailing up feature enabled. Now, I don't typically enable the take profit feature, but I could set a take profit level at, say, 10%. However, my strategy for my bots is the accumulation of profit over a long period of time. I don't look for bots to get a 20% pop in one day. I'm looking for long-term accumulation, again, approximately 1% profit per day over the long term. So I don't deploy a take profit per se. Now, stop loss, I definitely enable the stop loss, and I typically go just below the lower price level because, again, that was prior support, and if that breaks, I want to avoid a big sell-off. So I'm willing to take the stop loss, regroup, and perhaps redeploy. And in reality, not using a stop loss when trading cryptocurrencies is like going into battle without armor. Eventually, you're going to get killed. So now I have pretty much all my parameters set. I need to determine how much ammo I want to give this bot, and it tells me the minimum I need to give it is $174. However, I'm going to give this bot 500 USDT. I can run a quick back test, but I can tell you, first of all, back test results do not represent future results. And the fact we had a big sell-off in the market, a lot of times that will affect your results. And the current volatility in the market could decrease in the future after such a big sell-off. But nonetheless, back testing is still important. If my 3-day result came in under 1%, I would question whether or not I have the right coin or the right settings. But as you can see, the 3-day result is actually 5.5%. So that is more than 1% per day. As you can see, the 30-day time frame would be close to 2% per day. Now, again, I completely understand these are past results and not guaranteed future results. But at a minimum, I did some recon, and this bot looks like it has the potential to be profitable within the parameters that I require. So now we're ready to deploy this bot to live fire. So I simply click start. Now, since I don't currently hold any VET on Qcoin, I do need to buy some VET at market price in order to fill any of the limit orders on the way up. So I click yes, and the bot has been deployed. The grid is starting to fill in, and that pretty much wraps it up. I just wanted to share with you how I go about selecting which coins I deploy grid bots on, and the platform that I use is Bitsgap. And a couple of the parameters we looked at today included volatility, where is the current price action versus resistance and support. And in the end, I actually selected a bot to deploy to live fire, and I will do an update on the performance of this particular bot. So now would be a good time to shoot that subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. I will leave a link to Bitsgap in the description down below. If you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. And in closing, remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.